morning. Good morning. Getting ready to go live, going live, getting ready to get underway, I should say. So in front of me is, and to my right, I'm docked on Phil Foster Park. Good morning, Jeff. And we're fixing to make we're in West Palm Beach. Singer Island is right there. And then we're fixing to turn around and go north. Our destination is Stuart, Jupiter Inlet. Probably can't go out today because of the winds, but what it's showing. But yeah, this is the final leg of the trip. It's only like 20, 23 miles or something like that. So good morning, Tony. Low ready. Good morning. Permission to come aboard. Permission granted. Can't hardly talk this morning. Had a crazy night last night. I got 2 different anchor drags on my alarm, which is kind of like waking up in the middle of the night, your house is on fire. Maybe not quite as bad, but we had two different storms roll in, and that spot has been wonderful. But I guess it kind of sucked in the beginning. I almost moved, should have probably, because at the high tide, I was getting waves all the way from across the whole inlet. At low tide, that island develops. Hey, you better stop it. I need my little pincher so I can reach her there. She's out front. And so it was rocking and rolling and boats coming in late. And finally, it started leveling off. And then I think the first alarm was around 3 a.m. Let this motor get going. First alarm was around 3 a.m. And then the second one around 4. So I finally, on the 4th one, I reset, put out a bunch of chain because on the radar app, there was more to come. So I was like, well, might as well fix that. So let's get the sucker underway. Notice I got a little strap here, Velcro for quick release. You just undo it, and that way a dock hand or anybody can just grab it. Pro tip, it's free, no worries. So what's interesting is this boat, a lot of single screws, turns to port in reverse best and turns to starboard forward best. So I try to back out, turn into port, and then spin it to starboard. You can almost turn it on the dial. Ain't like the OG though. The OG would, you could just spin that baby, stop and spin it. I got one more thing to put up here. This is where I got to teach these puppies how to drive. Y'all got to learn how to drive. Good morning, Jim. Y'all, for those that are not Mud Club members yet, if you join the Mud Club, I send out alerts before we go live. Then in the evenings where we get to where we're going, they come live on the screen and we all chat, and then we go regular live. So if you want to be a part of that, you can know where I'm at 24/7. You can join the Mud Club at michaeljsteen.com. It's about 10 feet here. I came over here the other night, but it's too rolly from all the boats busting in. I'm talking big boats. Right when you get right to before the bridge there, they have to slow down. But before that, they don't even think about slowing down. And they'll throw a 2-foot wave. And it's not so bad, except if you're facing this way, which has been the predominant wind, then there's Mud Club. Good morning, Gary. It's $79 per year. Right there's the link. You can copy and paste it right in there. Looks like this boat has got something sunk behind it. Their dinghy is sunk. Ooh, they're gonna hate life. I would imagine that a lot of these people leave these boats for the summer. You go north and then they come back in winter here. But yeah, that's a pretty decent boat. Size boat under the water. Better give that plenty of room there. It seems quieter. I don't know how long it is. It might be longer than it looks. I believe it just to be a power boat, but anyways. Yeah, here comes one of them big monsters now. We'll be dealing with that. That's the only challenge in these big waters. Is you have to deal with this. Oh, that's a monster. If y'all buy that, I'll take you out on it. I'll be the captain. It'll be a big old wave. Says 28 miles. That's ridiculous, ain't it? That was ridiculous. They ought not be able to throw a weight like that. Shouldn't be allowed to run on plane inside. That was about a 3.5, 4 foot weight. That's ridiculous. Good morning, Jules. Y'all hear Gary say smash that like button. The snorkeling wasn't so good because it was clarity was about 4 feet maybe. I'm gonna actually try to come back here before that video is out because it is a beautiful place, and I'll show by land how you can come over and snorkel there. So it wasn't the best. Trying to see how we're gonna do. I got the Jenny. You notice you don't hear it. I moved it over to see it might be able to ride on the back deck. I'll check it. Tide is coming in this morning, so we should have it behind us. We're back. Kind of nice. Yeah, because we're getting almost 8 at the same speed. We normally get about 7, 7.5. So it actually says, which is maybe it's pretty close, 28 miles to Stuart. I actually stretched it past the hair, and but that's probably pretty close. I'll show you where we are and where we're going. Here on our final day of travel, Florida mini loop. It'll be in the books. Just got to get the bids out. This is where that autopilot will come in handy. Real good. The only thing about this section is going to be bumpy. All these big boats, there's one busting this way now. All right, guys, so I stayed again right there on the other side of this. It's good when the island's up. Not so good because you got the full length of this throwing waves, and boats coming up this canal throw a wave, and then when they turn, they throw a wave. You feel each one of those. Bump. It wasn't too bad, but the next one's going to be much bigger. Yeah. working our way up through here. I think when we get up here, it's going to be no wait. Throwing huge waves. Just wonder if I can go around that island. No, I can't. So we'll work our way. We got to cut through here. Yeah, it's definitely going to slow them down there. Look at the size of this freaking wave. Guys throwing. That is ridiculous. People like that, they do not care. Look at you almost as to say good luck. You look at the captain and he'll just blow you off. Sorry, this next one's doing good. We're going to cut into this canal up here. Be a lot better. He's doing very reasonable. See, that's all he had to do. That first one or any of them. So slow down a bit. It's like good for everybody. They save gas. They don't roll us over. I think wouldn't that suck to be at the end of the trip and that to happen. So we're about to cut into this. We'll just be on the inside here working north. Get up to this little inlet here. I'm not even sure the name of this one. But we'll go in there. I don't think I've ever been in it. Because normally I either come in or out at West Palm and fuel. And we'll work our way north. That's Jupiter Inlet there. And then Stuart. Oh, no, that was Stuart. That's Stuart right there. So, yeah. No, I am not dragging a dinghy or kayak. Funny you mentioned that because I was on different sites last night. I've talked about getting there's a company that's got one called Boat, B-O-T-E. Pretty pricey though, but I'm going to reach out to them, see if they want to sponsor. And then probably we'll go with, depends, Walmart's got a reasonable price one. It's pretty much the same as the one that West Marine has, but is about half the cost. And then I think if you got one of them regular electric motors for a dinghy motor, you would tie up about close to $2,000 in that alone. So I probably will just put me a nice little um, small little electric one. There's a couple of options there, but I don't want a gas engine. I know that. Them things is too finicky. 5 days in a row it starts, the next day it don't want to start. It's crazy, but I want to be able to get on there and turn it, and the electric motor moves you on. Um, I would like though to move. It's just gonna depend. I got plenty of time. Uh, and I may buy. I do want something that'll move along pretty good. So they do have, which are, in my opinion, better. The other than you got to mix. They got some real nice vehicles. They're oh, I don't know what that was, a little glitch there. Everybody says you got to have a 4-cycle. Well, they're heavy as all get out, dude. And 2-cycles are a lot more. They're a lot easier to work. So they're lighter. They're easier. To me, all the reasons to probably go with one of them, because the 9.9s would push those up on plane if I went with 2-cycle gas. So I'm not 100%. I could probably sell this 6-horse 4-cycle that I got. 4-stroke, I'm saying cycle. 4-stroke. 2-cycle is the other smaller ones. But I could probably sell this 4-stroke for dang near that, and then have another new one. Because mainly, obviously, taking puppies to shore, that'd be a game changer. But then also, there's a lot of times I see a little islands I want to go, look at. So it would be a lot easier to run ashore with that than putting the boat in a dangerous place, which is always real iffy. But good morning, Kim. Erla, good morning. Yep, it's fun. Hey, you want to tell you a funny story? You must not know about it then. I was heading north, and I was in Biscayne Bay, and MV Checkmate passed me going south. He didn't. He tried hailing me. I didn't have the radio on like I don't now. He said, man, that looks like good times. And he tried hailing me. And then he said, I wonder if he's online. And something was rattling back there. Somebody else. I think I can let it run back there. I just got to position it right. I'm getting 8.5 with this tide. Yeah, I'm gonna by my next trip, I'll have that generated for it. But anyways, let me get back to the story. So anyways, he gets on the live, and sure enough, I'm moving. But I didn't see that until probably 20, 30 minutes of, he done gone south. But he went back, or he came on that night. I was in, so if you go back and look at the live, first night in Miami, so the day I was moving from Biscayne Bay, he comes on the live that night and told his little story about his older boat, the Meridian that he did the loop in, and then the newer one he's got. You know, it's funny though, when he passed me, I thought, man, that's a cool little tug right there, and he was getting it. He probably running 25 or 30. So yeah, that's kind of funny that you said that. Yep, Gary, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Get one of them electric motors, put a trolling motor or something. Yep. You know, I seen Seagull last night, I think for the first time. I kind of liked that. That was pretty cool. I think that's where I said to myself, because they actually had they had a Seagull with, in the pictures, I think it's shown with a 9.9 and two-stroke, two-cycle. And I said, that's when I first thought, I'm way out of the channel, running my gator. Thank goodness. But that's where I first saw that two-stroke. Said, well, those things crank up mighty easy. I would run one of those. But yeah, it's got, there was that one model's got the two-seaters. So if you got somebody with you, they showed them as pretty decent little fishing rigs too. So yeah, I'm gonna reach out to several. See if I can get somebody to sponsor me one. A bucket in the water. What kind of bucket? Yeah, so we'll have us a dinghy on the next one. For sure. So that waterway, it shows you right there, the marker going that way, that's a dead end up there. If you weren't paying attention, you'd be turning around and coming back. Well, this might be, it's funny, the other day I was hoping for big bodies of water. Now I'm kind of wanting them to chill out because of them big boats. Hate to do damage right here at the last minute. So we're coming in right, I don't even know if I'm sharing that or not. .4. We good in the channel. So we're right here, guys, making our way in. Tide is coming in now. So about halfway up this, we're going to get a opposing tide. And then probably just be a slack tide, I think. Let me look. Yeah. It's almost high. So we're going to continue to get this little push, a bit of a push. until that next inlet, and we shouldn't even have to fight the inlet. It's probably going to work out pretty good that we're going to pass that inlet by the time the tide starts ripping, and then that's going to pull us towards Jupiter Inlet. So might be pretty nice, actually. Y'all tell your friends about the channel, about the live streams. With everything we're set now, we'll be pretty much going live always on any trips. I got trips planned. We'll be going live in the morning and bring you over. Next one's going to be over in Tampa. Still got getting Nate off a plane. Well, I ain't on plane, but yeah, tell your friends, and we're going to do a little 3-4 day over in Tampa, my stomping grounds. I think the fishing's going to be a lot better. That'd be a big fishing trip. And then I'll be jammed up working for a little bit. I'll definitely still be able to slip in some little small trips. After that, in August, we're coming back to the Keys. I'll spend probably a week in the Keys lobstering. That's going to be a real good one. We'll get a lot of good video out of that because that'll be in John Pennekamp State Park and Coral Reef Park. That's the prettiest dives I've ever done. I love it down there. So that'll be in August. Then around September, October, when opening deer season, which you also got to remember you got hurricane season. I'm subject to get pulled off on one of them. We're going to have some videos this year. That's where you're going to want to be a Mug Club only member because you'll get some Mug Club only stuff. So Doc and Dine, that says. Florida Buckeye, good morning. Newport Richie. Bet y'all been getting some rains over there. We finally got it. I got a couple of leaks. Dude, I hadn't had any rain on the boat. Found a couple little things I got to address. Should be real easy to address them. And I think I'll have everything figured out as far as the leaks go. And I'll continue to work on some upgrades, some things, creature comforts I'll be doing. Puppies, when the boat goes to jumping like it was in the boats, they go down below. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if that'll stay on now. The generator went down. Weird. Big old. All right, guys. My generator set off. I didn't get any water in it. I was looking down. I was talking to myself, and for some reason I'm getting a little feedback. Moving good at just 1,600 RPM, getting almost 8. That's pretty good. Why is that feeding back now? I don't know for how long we're going to be on because my laptop's not charging either. So, I don't use probably the volume. There we go. Yeah, it should be better. Can y'all hear me good? No. Did that do it? Can y'all hear me good? Why is that still making noise? Strange. It's like pleasant moving though. We're down to 24 miles already. Final 24 miles of the Florida. Acting up today. Funny, some days it runs along there with no problems. Verizon, I tried to switch over to that. I must have reached my limit on data for a hotspot. So good morning, sir. Well, we went offline Now I'm coming back on, and I got a feedback, and I can't figure out why. What's feedback? One of these. I haven't been doing that. Do y'all hear the feedback, or is that just me? Might just be me. Hey, I shot a video, Tommy, last night about your secret sauce. I hope it ain't secret. I'm gonna text you if I can show that in a video. Your shrimp sauce, I'll give you credit. Some of the best stuff ever. You know what else it's good on is a hamburger. I had some left over and I made hamburgers and I put it on there. It was good. No, but if you look up in the chat, scan up, I put on a link to the Mug Club. You can go right on there and join. I'll put another one so you don't have to do that. No, Tommy, I'm gonna trailer it. My daughters meet me up here. They're meeting me up here on Saturday, and I'm pulling it out. Too many things I want to do on the west side. I'm not gonna be without. That's the great thing about this boat. Being able to trailer it is awesome. Right there is the link to the Mug Club. You can go right on there and join it. Hey, Tommy, you mind if I share that? I don't know if you heard me say your secret sauce. I'm actually, I plan on writing a Great Blue cookbook when I get going, and I've been thinking about what I could do for Florida. That's a good Florida one. Simple. I have to do another Florida one too, just because it is so simple. I didn't think so, but I want to ask. I'll give you a shout out there. Yeah, it was good on burgers. That the guys, y'all have to wait around for a video. Tommy introduced. We met up when I was on the west side. He introduced me to this most simple sauce, and I've twice bought shrimp and made it. And then last night I had some left over because I had ate the last few of my shrimp, and I put it on the burger. Man, it's good on a burger because it's mostly ketchup. You'll have to wait to see the video for what the other one is, but man, it's good. I'm telling you, it's good. Anyways, Tommy, I was saying I'm gonna play around with that other one and see. That's a real neat flavor that you can probably add to different things. I was even thinking about putting that with barbecue sauce, so you can get that little kick. I think that'd be awesome. Oh, but it's a yearly thing. So if you go back on there, it's yearly. It helps to support the channel, pay for gas. Plus, you'll get inside stuff more than what we were doing then. Every night I do when I drop the hook, do a recap. I send out a text right to the Mug Clubbers, and they come on and they're actually on the screen like I am, and then you can ask questions. You have about 20, 30 minutes there of just us chatting. There's several Mug Clubbers that are up there that's been there from the beginning. They're like family. You'll get first insight on everything I'm doing. You'll get Mug Club only content. I often ask the Mud Clubbers questions when I have questions about an idea or something. I get their feedback. But yeah, it's a good thing. It's only going to grow in time and in benefits. Little sailboat coming. I haven't seen many of them. If I had a sailboat, I would not be on the inside. I'd be on the outside so I can fight all these bridges. That. But maybe they're going somewhere here. Maybe. Otherwise, I'd throw themselves up to be selling, especially as windy as it's been. Beautiful time for a sailboat, for sure. Hey, I got a question for you. What boat name for a cat have you ever heard? What boat name for a cat have you ever heard? I tell you, you're probably going to Google it because you probably never heard of it. Oh, it's a lady. Hey. Oh, her husband. She's driving. Her husband sitting over on the side. Yep, I still got current with me. Yeah, the reason you ain't never heard of the cats don't like water. I was thinking about that. I was like, when the puppies, how good they make good boat dogs in general. Matey on Tommy's, but you'll never see cats. I know there are some. I do realize that, but I'm just saying as a general rule, you don't hear very much. What they got going here? Oh, it's a barge. They're bringing Phil, loading on the barge. I think these are rocks, probably for making walls. Yeah, those are rocks. You'll see that. Yep, probably for some barrier walls, some kind of walls. This would have been a nice little anchorage. Just right through we're passing would have been good. Something in the water. Part of a palm tree. Coconut. Or palm parts of palms. Well, like a bite toy for a dog. It was dang, a lot of stuff in the water right here. That's weird. Something trash. That's strange. Haven't hardly seen much. Probably the tide has pushed this stuff up. Probably be going south in a little bit. I'm sure of it. Several coconuts right here all together. Kind of weird. Oh, and FYI, if you've been on the salt water much, and you'll learn your lesson. Don't break open these coconuts. I personally hadn't found one yet that wasn't the god awfulest smell you ever heard or smelled. Tommy, I'm sure you've done the same. They're usually rotten. Got us a routine going on here. Chase boat with them. They ain't rowing though. They're getting ready to. There they go. A couple of them. Half male, half female. Still working. We're gonna figure out some camera systems. Well, there's a neat little thing. Wow, that was cool. See if I can find one of them. That was pretty cool. The boat ramp, good one. So I figured out that's the way to, when you're underway, stop at boat ramps. Tommy, you'll appreciate this. You got both water. Almost every one of them's got a fish cleaning station. You can get rid of your trash. It's easy to dock. Almost every one of them. Very few have I come across that a bigger boat would have any trouble docking. Boat ramps are the way to go, and they're everywhere. Especially in these populated areas, they're every few miles. You wouldn't even have no problem. Oh, that's what that boat is. That's the same kind as that one I just videoed. Little catamaran. Very interesting. That's a cool little deal. Maybe not as big, but don't quite need one as big, but that is cool. I don't know how much water it can take. I like the fact that it's a catamaran. It looks like it'd be a good fishing boat, too. We down to 22 miles. Florida Mini Loop 2025. This is fresh water to me, virgin waters. I haven't been in this because I always run the outside. When I'm up this far, I would have been on the outside. Especially going north, because you got the Gulf Stream pushing you. Jump. And the Gulf Stream right here is just a few miles off. The Gulf Stream meanders, though. It's like a river underwater. So you can check and see how far out it is, but you know it. If you're heading out, you start finding the weed lines, that's the edge of it. There will be a west and the east line. And fishing on the East Coast, that's what we do down here, is go out and look for weed lines, try to troll along them. Depends on, it's good day if it ain't broke up, because if it's broke up, constantly pulling your trolling rig up and cleaning. But if it's in line, it's good. There'll be bait fish hiding under there, and you'll well, that's a nice boat. Oh, that's fine. Cruiser yacht. That's cool. Oh, that's fine. But the bait fish will be all up under there, and that's where all the big fish are trolling it. And they're usually right there at it. You just try to stay as close to it as you can. Old dolphin, wahoo, everything's out there. Peck Lake, all right. Sounds like where I'm gonna go then. But look, yeah, because I'm 90% sure I can't get out today. Is Peck Lake where there's a thing to climb on and jump off? I think I seen you on your video. Is that it? Let me Google it. Peck Lake. See if this is it. Tell me to share this. Imagine that's it right there. This side will be nice. Oh yeah, get right there. Little island. Any sandbars on this one? There's one. Yep, there's one. Although, from where that is, I don't know if you remember, but this is a nice little anchorage here, and this is where the Sandspit Park is. You're totally protected from all directions, and there's the dock. I'll probably end up right there. And of course, in the mornings, you can go right over there and walk the puppies. What's tomorrow? We'll start losing day. Oh, today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Yep. Go over there and walk the puppies. Just anchor right here. This is where we anchored, but it was blowing about 30 knot winds. We kept getting pulled in here, of all places. So we went over to the dock and tied to the dock. Dolphins are on the outside, and the police come over, knocked on my window. I think it's about midnight. Got up, went up there. He's like, "You can't tie to the dock." I said, "Bro," I said, "we was right over there, and the anchors were pulling in this wind." I said, "It's dangerous." And then he's like, "All right, I can't guarantee you won't get knocked on, but I'll leave you alone." I said, "All right, brother, I appreciate that." Anchor by the diving platform. Okay. I'm definitely going to stop there. I get a video jumping off of it. Let the puppies walk up on it. Trying to remember, could you anchor on it? Yeah. Could you, I remember y'all, I think y'all dinghied up to it, if I remember correctly. Tommy, I don't know if you heard about you wasn't on, but I don't know if you heard me. This October gun season, I'm going to do a catch and shoot. I'm taking Good Times 2.0 up to, got some places on the St. Johns River picked out, in the Ocklawaha little river that comes in there. There's also Ocklawaha Lake. But anyways, I want to be on the St. John's. I've never been in the St. Well, I can't say I've never been in, but I'm not in any of my boats. I have been with other people. But there's a Juneau Dunes Natural Area, another good dock. Good place to dock. Or drop an anchor probably at night. These little parks are the secret, man. The parks are the secret for us boaters. Get rid of your trash, usually get water, usually got a nice dock facilities, and usually on the ICW, they're cut in like that. You can drop the anchor and be good. But shots on yachts. Yeah, I'm going to do so the video is got the rod out one side and 270 set up. I have my little bipod, probably be the best for that. I'm gonna have to do a little setup just for that. Sitting there fishing, scanning, got my glasses here, be scanning the shorelines. There's a couple places that the Ocklawaha, right where it dumps in, it's parked, so there's no housing there at all. And we jumped there in there a lot. We went by boat. because obviously you can hunt the high water mark. So, but there's a lot of places, there's nothing but high water all the way up in there, but it's not mangroves because it's fresh water. And so I got some spots where I'll be sitting there fishing and try to anchor where the back is facing where I'm hunting, obviously. Have me a chair set up back there. Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. That'll be a whole lot of fun. Deer. Oh, yeah, deer. Hunting deer. See lots of does. Hit or miss whether you see a buck or not, but it's just, so I always hunted. We had a club called Bucks and Badges just north of I-10 in Baker County. I used to hunt Dixie County, which is over on the west side below I-10, but the humidity and the flies, get out here in the middle, we quit hunting there, and we said, I started looking then for a club, some land that's called Bucks and Badges, cops and firemen and friends, didn't have to be, but, and they went up, I want to say it was going to be like 10 or 15,000 in 1 year. We was like, screw that. So I started looking out at Ocala National Forest, which is, I don't know if you've ever been up here, huge area, just great place to get out in the woods. But several parts of that border the St. Johns River, and there's several rivers as well. So a lot of good places to do it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out there. It'll be cool. Be some of my first times on this boat when it's cool. I ain't set up for cold, but I do have a little electric space heater with a little fan. It's only about that big. I believe it do enough to keep the heat off in the cabin. Been enough heat to keep the cold out, I should say. So, yeah, that's the plan. That'll be a good set of videos. House for sale. Y'all want to buy one? Oh, guy on his dog. Look like a homemade sign. Oh, there's a vacant lot beside it. That's unusual. Now you know you're getting away from all the very busy places. I don't know if y'all seen the other day when we stopped with the puppies. See you, bro. I pulled up to a spot. One side it said it was a park, and it was, but there was some iguanas there. If y'all missed it, it'll be on the video. But there was some iguanas, but it was golf course. It was, I think, like the number one tee on the golf course. I jumped off. Puppies did their business. Not much because they had the smell of them iguanas, and they tried to chase them. Although the suckers would bite them, and they wouldn't know what to do with it once they caught it. Some kind of police boat. Oh, FHP. Sorry, FWC. Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. Should be WFWC. Really? Think about it. It's a lot more comfortable up here. Not many boats. Dealing with all the crazy people. Easy running. Nice way to finish off the trip. All right, guys, I'm gonna sit down for a minute. This reminds me more of the rivers, though. Certainly, the west side would get to be a lot more sand, not as much rock. Not more natural than everything down south of here is in the seawalls. You would have boats in here because they have what they call brickbat, which is a bunch of interlaced rocks. They don't send the wave back like the walls do down there, creating those washing pools. Of course, the mangroves do it the best. Anything natural is the best. Down to 21 miles. Yeah, if I can get up here in the wind, and they do seem better up here, they're getting better. Still probably about 10. It's supposed to be down to between 5 and 10 tomorrow morning, Friday morning, and hopefully I can get out of the inlet and control that inlet until they're going to pick up about noon. I have 3 or 4 hours. I should have fish in the boat by then. Y'all be sure and be on the live. You ought to catch me. Hard to be able to see them, catching them live. Private property, it says. The water's not private property. You own the land, but you don't own the water, people. You can't stop them from coming in there. I hate when people do that. And what it is just they just put a sign up. It's not illegal to put a sign up. And many of people will read that and think they can't go in there. But you can't stop people from going in water. Thank goodness. Still. Although I'm aggravated that, and even that the governor signed it, but the Florida legislature passed a law, it's been a couple of years now, where they got that blocked off. Must be got to go around. But they passed a law where the beach is private property, except the high water mark, obviously. So wherever the tide is, you can't stop people from coming to where the tide is. But yeah. Vermont, okay. Control boat there. Admiral's Code Security. Not a caucus. security. They trying to look like cops. Sure, it does. It's people slow down when they see it. I just did. Guess that's what that's called, Admiral's Code. They can't stop you from going in there. It's getting pretty up here, y'all. Getting natural. That's the way I like it. Yeah, I still got the crowd with me. Doing good. Beautiful little sandy beaches. Probably a place probably loaded up on the weekends. Pull up there and probably drops off really fast, which is good for a boat. Drop your anchor right on the sand. It's a park. Yeah, it's a park. See, when you're on the water, Google has a hard time figuring out where you are. I'm sure it doesn't say. Love the way they got that restored, though. They got those all that rocks to prevent the mangroves from getting pushed back. It's pretty nice. Very natural. Hopefully y'all can see that. Watch out, puppy. Move. Y'all about half on the battery and we're gonna lose it when I don't have the generator on, so that's where that feedback's coming from. Now I won't hear it anymore. All right, guys, we're about 20 miles left. Make it into Stuart. Going into anchor right there, right by the Sand Sprint Park. Should be really nice and calm. We had a rough night last night. A lot of wind. We had storms several times. Big storms were breaking in, and it drug anchor twice. I just don't think I had enough out, but finally at 4 o'clock in the morning, I got up, reset it, and didn't have any more problems. But you wake up to an anchor drag alarm, and let me show you what you wake up to. Pretty interesting. Imagine waking up to this 4 o'clock in the morning out of a dead sleep. That's what we get. That'll rile you up right quick. And the only challenge is I have a bungee that I set. It keeps the boat instead of jerking when it turns in the wind, because you can't stop that. It slowly bungees it so you don't even hardly feel when it turns. It's a great tool. It's better on your equipment. It's better on the boat, clearly. And it's better on you to sleep at night. But the only problem with that is if you drag anchor, you've got to pull the chain up to get that off, then to pull the chain in. So in the mornings, it's easy. I go out the hatch, I'll pull it up, take it off, move it out of the way, and then use electric to move it up. Let me check something. Just remind me. Get up here near this bridge. I'm going to see if I can crank the generator. I'm not sure why it shut off. Might have sensed carbon monoxide. Approaching Jupiter Inlet. That's why we get pulled so good. Waterway Park, right up here, where I will stop. Boat ramp. See if the puppies want to walk. They get tired of being on the boat. And I'm going to fire that generator up to see if I can keep this online. Ariel doing her thing. She's sniffing out mermaids. Where she likes to do it. Pretty girl. That's me. According to this, well, it might be that other one. Search this. that next bridge. Gives me a break too. I like traveling like this. What I've been doing is going from, well, clearly I pass a lot of boat ramps, but stop at boat ramps about every hour, break it up. I ain't in no hurry. Let the puppies walk. They get tired of being on the boat, I'm sure. Gives me a chance to take a quick break. Like it's back in this little hole here. I couldn't see it. Hopefully, ain't too many boats in there. Don't look like it. Thank you. Good girl. Wait, wait. Guess I can turn this around. See what we're working with. So as a rule, always crank. You want to crank your motors before you start at the time. But before I do that, I need to try to crank it. All right, no problems there. Tell you every time I have a generator cuts off, I get a little freak out inside because I ain't staying on this boat without AC. I can do a lot of things, but not without AC. It's a double mic. It's better than a one mic. It's a double mic. All right. We got power back to that, the AC. And she cranks up. Oh my gosh, what a great thing. Generator shut back on. What? Picked up carbon monoxide. That's usually what it is, and it did again. Let me crank it one more time. Good, back on. Underway. All right, guys, Waterway Park. Jupiter Inlet is another good one. I'll show it here on the map where it's at. Easy in, easy out. Big boats, small boats, doesn't matter. It's a very good place to stop. Right on the waterway. Good place to walk the dogs. Got a bathroom. But check it out. Beautiful area down here. What's going on? We're not far from you. Probably about 30 miles south. Approaching right at Jupiter Inlet, right around this corner. Yeah, I was actually, I got a buddy's having a party up there Saturday night at Captain Hiram's, and trying to figure out how I could go, but not sure how I can do it. Because they're gonna, my daughter's coming to pick me up. She's got to be back, so I don't really know how to do it. That's a nice little boat right there. That's 42. kind of law enforcement if we're following, so definitely don't want to pass him. It's like a train trestle there. It's like some places right here you could walk the dogs. Needed to. I wonder about that train trestle if it opens on a time thing or what. Probably does. It probably opens on a very time schedule. I don't see where there's anybody that in there working it. So it's probably not something you can call. Hey, Jim. Well, we're coming right at Jupiter Inlet. Down to about 17 final miles. Enjoying this last little leg. The generator was picking up carbon monoxide. It's got a carbon monoxide detector. And I guess the wind's blowing off the back of the boat. It's keeping the carbon monoxide in there. And it's got a simple little reset button. It resets it. Yeah, so go around this corner. Puppy dog going like right under my feet. That girl crazy. Here we go, Jupiter Inlet. We just came around that curve coming under this bridge. We're going to turn north right here. That's the inlet. Looks like a new bridge to me. Pretty nice. Very nice. Yeah, once we turn north, we got about 18 exact miles at that point. It's pretty straight. Shows us being there by 156. I feel that wind picking up. Tells me it's still windy out there. Now move on and go. It's true though. Blue heron too. I might try that. Wonder what all they can get out in the Gulf Stream. Probably do pretty good with that boat. Yep, making some turn right here. Not there. Make that turn. We have to be north. I think we looked out. The tide is pretty actually slack. It's just right at the high. I think I'll know in a minute here when I turn this corner if it starts pulling on me. Jupiter Lighthouse, y'all. Yeah, it shows it exactly high, exactly at the top. That's going to work out nicely because as we get up here about another 5 or 6 miles, the tide's going to start pulling us toward Stuart. I don't think there's nothing between, no more inlets, so that's going to be real nice. Oh, Lord, man, 101. Sound like hurricane force winds. That's a bit crazy. Yeah, I don't want no part of that. Interesting you bring up the wind on this boat, this top. If the wind gets to blowing real bad, I have to open this top up because it's too much resistance on it. And I know that I can, if I go ahead and open it, I can take up to 55, 60 mile an hour blow through it. Because that's what I travel on the road. I don't go much over 55. So, yeah, last night I had to open one side. I closed up the side that needs to stay dry and did pretty good with that. A lot of people out on the water enjoying. Goes my daggone Jenny again. I think it's picking up that carbon dioxide. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I searched to have an adapter where I can turn it down, even probably into the water. I don't know if it'll back up or not. It should, but least turn it down where I won't get any more carbon monoxide in the detector, because that happens a lot. It's like a truck. You ride in the back of the truck, you get a lot of the fumes. Man, this guy's going way too slow, but so is that boat up there. I can't control it when it gets too low. There's a lot of bait fish on the bottom right here. Tony Scott, what's happening? Guess what? It's not shut off since we talked. I can't run any tests, but I have been doing a new thing. I only move about an hour, and I go to a nearest boat ramp, walk the puppies for a minute, let them have a little fun. It seems like it never gets hot enough, which is a great way to move, by the way, because if I'm the one doing all the driving, you get tired of just driving constantly, so that's working out. Got the popo in front of me, so everybody's going super slow. I think it's FWC, best I can tell. Jupiter Inlet's a nice place. Good place to come. On the east side, it's a lot less ritzy, less to say, a lot more places for people to get in the water. Boats can pull up, a lot of little sandbars here and there. Just a lot nicer than pretty much from West. Well, West Palm's nice too. Palm Beach, Peanut Island, it's pretty nice. From you get south of there, I don't know, 2 ribs from my blood. How you can speed up, get whatever I can for a while. Try to get away from this inlet. It won't slow me down. Tide starts pulling. I think I'm already far enough in front of it. It's not going to hold me back. Yeah. Yeah, I think the key is, like you said, since I get back, I'm going to research getting me a inline fuel sensor. You know, I was thinking they also, my Garmin can, through the NEMA 2000, it can, you can set up where it'll do fuel burn. That's the first one I'm going to check to see if it will sense both pressure but fuel burn, because that would be ideal, because then I can run it and put it in, and then I can get fuel burn. That would be awesome. find out where my optimum burn is. So that's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. It's the first time I've had it set down near half tank, which I think is 3/4 of the tank from what I can tell. But so that should be about at least 30 gallons. And if I'm getting 2 miles at a gallon, that's about 60 miles. I got about, say, 20 left. That'll give me plenty to troll tomorrow and have as lightweight on the trailer as I can get. Another one of the big boats. Oh no, he's turning in. Turning around. Makes me think a mechanic. There's a marina there. I bet he goes to that marina and it's a mechanic testing it out. I don't know. Yesterday, I never shut off the. I went off. It didn't ever shut off yesterday. I don't think. No, it didn't. It didn't shut off yesterday. I was good. That's what I was saying. I couldn't test it. I was wanting to test it, but that's a real pretty area here. Love it with more nature, natural walls or the sides with the because it keeps them waves from bouncing back. That washboard south is just trouble. Freaking get the wave coming by and then the bounce off, and depends on how big it is, bounce off the second time. Huge, crazy. Nice ride right there. Cool boat. That's a cool boat. I don't know what that is. Only problem with them boats, I'm always looking for one that needs the engines replaced. That'd be hard to get your engines out. That's why I don't know if y'all heard me saying I'm already starting to look for a 36 carver. The 36 has hatches in the back, so the engine replacement is super easy. Usually got twin 350s on it. Merc Cruisers, super easy. I know them like the back of my hand. So I'm already getting the big boat bug. write notes on things I need. All the things I've learned I want. Rock. Okay. See, Tony's a Mud Club member, and Mud Club members can follow along real time from Life 360. But he often will be on there. He'll see where I'm at and click on and talk about whatever is around us, which is pretty cool. You at home this morning, Tony, or you at work yet? Let me see. Yeah, I bet you at work by now. Yeah, my Jenny is cut off a couple of times. It picks up carbon monoxide, so I know they make a little adapter when it's metal, so I can turn it down. I think that would stop it from picking up that carbon monoxide factor. It does that a lot. Freaks me out because first thing I think, oh Lord, generator's done, I'm done, trips over. Oh, another boat ramp. Well, they got lots of boat ramps down here for sure. I like to find them though where a lot of grass for the puppies, so it's easy to walk them. Down to 16 miles. I got to build me a puppy step. Be a little easier on the puppies getting up and down, up here, and inside. Make that note. Next stop, about lunchtime, make a little sandwich. I'll probably go off then, off the live. Be down to, I'll be in about 30 minutes here. I'm going to stop around about 11:30. That's usually what time I eat lunch. Um, be a boat rent. Bucket Wonder. Should be down about 12 miles by now. There is an anchorage up here, something lake. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But I'm going to stop there for a little bit. There's a big wooden thing out in the middle of the water. I don't know what it is, but I'll Tommy from Happy Hours, he jumped off of it. I'm going to be like Tommy. You go jump off of it. Get the video. Set it, which like a lot of things, it doesn't look too high until you get up there, which I'm not scared of heights. So I like to go jump off of it. I'll probably video it from the boat. Because I don't want to lose my GoPro jump. That's how deep it is. I think it's deep enough that the GoPro came off, you would lose it. Then from there, it's only 4 or 5 miles to Sand Sprint Park, which is in Stuart. That's where I'm gonna stay for tonight. Dock, easy dock right there. Waters are real calm, real protected. Be a good night's final night of rest. Then my daughter will be there Saturday morning. Well, Friday, tomorrow. We'll go out and fish and reef a little bit. Try to get some time doing that. Hopefully have me some fresh fish to cook Friday night on the live stream. That'll be cool. I got a new line of seasoning I've been wanting to launch, and I've used it, and I know what I like, but I haven't been able to launch it yet. Next big trip is in August, going down to the Keys. I'd say big. The next trip is in August, going down to the Keys for about a week. Not sure what this boat is doing. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. That's new. Does that scare you, girl? Does that scare you? But very excited about that one. Going down, a friend Adrian, he's taking his sailboat down. We're going to go lobstering. John Pennicamp State Park is almost on a mooring ball there, but you also have John Pennicamp Coral Reef State Park, which is the Coral Reef, and in my opinion, is the best diving there is. Like I've dove in the Bahamas, I've dove in Mexico, I've dove in Guadalupe Island with the big white sharks. But to me, John Pennicamp beats all that. It's got, you've seen the pictures, Christ of the Abyss, Christ statue. That's always really cool. But it's got corals that are 15 to 20 feet tall. And it's a great snorkeling if you don't dive. But if you dive, you drop down in there, and it's like, to me, it's like flying inside of the mountains. And you just set your BC. Now, you can't lobster there. You can't get any lobster there. You get in trouble. But just north of that, there is some places to lobster. So, yeah, that's what the plan is. Yeah, that's going to be a good one, man. I'm looking forward to that already. Getting about still getting 7.5, 8 miles an hour on 1800. That's my best fuel burn from what I can tell. The boat rides level. It's not pushing. It's not pushing through the water. It seems it's funny from 1800 to 2000 RPMs, you'll only pick up about a half a mile an hour. So it's a total waste. At 1800, the boat is settled in the water and it's moving nicely. Once I get those electric trim tabs, I believe that's going to help even more. It's going to be even better. Nice there. These beautiful homes here. I just seem to like it better. 'Windows were so dirty I couldn't even see him in there. I don't know how can you see out. That's crazy. Maybe it was just his side windows. I couldn't even see him. 15 miles left. Pretty cool about these walls bouncing off the waves. Hate them things. Feeling like a washboard in here. Look over. Oh, I'm sorry. Like a freaking washboard with those hard walls. Then look over there. Natural has already absorbed it. A lot more beautiful area in my opinion. Guys, I'm thinking about doing another Mug Club special today only. It's going to be my final day. I might do today and tomorrow. I got some stock t-shirts and stuff like this. I think I'm going to do it. So for those watching, and I'll talk about it tonight and I'll talk about it tomorrow. But today only, I'll change that to tomorrow also. But just know it for y'all on there. Join the Mug Club. You'll get any t-shirt that's on the website except for long sleeves. They're too expensive. I got some brand new keychains, Good Times keychains, and of course the koozies that y'all see me with all the time. Join the Mug Club today. I'll put the link back up there, and this be some of my best deals ever. Yep, they paid for it back then. So today and tomorrow, we're going to finish up the trip. Join the Mug Club, get a free t-shirt, get a koozie, and get a keychain, and get a mug. You're not going to beat it, folks. Might as well join. And whoever joins today, they're going to be on the live if they want to be tonight as a co-host. I'm going to start offering that to my Mug Clubbers. Anybody that wants to come on. People like Tony Scott, he's a wealth of information. Only problem is when we're doing the Mug Club, he lives out in Arizona. He's still working. But Tony's a wealth of information. It's a nice little area for Anchorage, I see. Wonder if this is at the lake. Let's see. Let's take a look at the map. That's why I'm screaming. Tell him, man. Tell him, Tony. Tony's in the Mug Club, obviously. He does come to the lives in the evening when the Hook Down lives. That's a nice boat over there, boy. Goodness gracious. Tony, you gonna buy one like that? I might just gonna be your captain. Somewhere here, let me look on the map. Somewhere. Oh no, it's still a little further up. It was real close to closer to Stuart. There's a lake. It's weird. If you're not moving, Google shows you a little blue dot where you're at. But oh yeah, this be a nice anchorage right here. Real nice. See, that's the thing about getting out of Palm Beaches. You better off just to run the outside, come in maybe at West Palm. But here is nice because it's wide open, it's natural, a lot of beaches, a lot of great places to drop the hook and not worry about it. Yeah, any of this through here is nice. Yep. Get that truck sold. Hey, You know what? If you want to, you need to come on live and let's show that truck. You talk about it a little bit. And let's see if we can't get it sold. That'll work out. Need to. All you got to do is assemble a, I don't know, dozen pictures, maybe any short video that you'd want to show, and we can. I can upload them, and then we can. It'd be like the map is now. That can be the video and the pictures, and then you and I on the other side can talk about it. Maybe we can help you to sell it. Get your boat money. All right, guys. Somebody that wants to join, you can be on the live. You better get in there and get in order. I'll know it. It'll text me if I get someone joins. Not yet. This place, let me look at this on the map. It's like a big old tall hill over there. There's no houses. It's interesting. Not about to see it, I don't think. No, that's, I'm pretty sure that's it right there. Big old hill right here. I guess there's a road there. Not sure what that is. Sometimes when you see that, it's I can't imagine they put a dump over here, but sometimes the big old hills, that's what it is. I don't see the telltale pipe sticking out if it's a dump, but I guess that could be natural. Could be. Got a little cold breeze, so let's take a look at the weather, see what we got happening. It's offshore. Behind me. That's coming. That what's behind me is coming. Probably catch me. So I'll just drop anchor and let the wind, it'll turn me into the wind and close these up. I'll have no problems. Yep, y'all can see that. I think you can. It's getting see that right behind me? Building is off the coast. Exactly what it did yesterday. I hope that don't screw me up for tomorrow. It's a line. It's like a front's moving up. We're gonna get some of that for sure. Sure. Been a great place though. I'll just pull over and drop the hook. Pull over and drop the hook, throw out the, or close these curtains up, no problem. Jonathan Dickerson State Park, okay. Observation tower. Big. Big. I don't see the observation tower. It looks like there's something up there, but I haven't got to it yet, so I can't say. Man, that I wish the state would do more and more of this, just buying up land on the coast for many reasons, or anybody rich would donate it for everybody's use. Port side, yep. Oh yeah, I can see it from here. There's I think that's what it is. I mean, it's the park, but I'm wondering if that's the tower I'm looking at. That over there where it gets blown out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Yep. We go on top of the hill. It's the wind. I think that thing I'm moving at 7.5. I think it's moving faster. Luke's gonna catch me. It's all right. Be nice and cool. Got to see. Might need to run to the store tomorrow. But a couple things. No, fill up cold blast. Y'all don't feel it, but I do. The wind's definitely picking up. It's picking up from behind. It's picking butt back there. They get hammered. I'm riding with Jesus, and I ain't worried about it. Bring it home. I just get over here one of these little coves, drop the anchor, have me some lunch. Oh, let me see where the next park is. And I actually prefer not to be tied to anything because the way the winds blow, it turns the boat. And the rain, if I close these, I'll get no water in the boat whatsoever. Bet there'll be a nice boat ramp up here somewhere. But I don't need to go to a boat ramp if it catches me. Sure is. Sure is. They running into it. Better run a little faster. You got a little top on there. Of course, that'll usually be that sideways wind, so not so good. One right up. Carpet Island. That's a little bit. If I make that before the storm. There's a cool one up here off to the left. Jimmy Graham Park boat ramp. It looks like you can get all out of the big water in behind. That'd probably be real good if the storm catches me. Stop at that park. It doesn't matter. All I got to do is get over here on the side where ain't no problem here. This is all good. Down to 13 miles. Yeah, right after that park is that Peck Lake. got that thing to jump off of. And a couple miles after that, this trip brought to a close. It's pretty exciting.